Tell us, what is AI doing to material science in general and maybe microscopy in a smaller way?
So, I would say we are still in the beginning of using artificial intelligence in materials.
Okay.
But I see already it has a great perspective. There will be a lot of information coming out of AI, maybe you call it machine learning or big data analysis, which will help us to advance much quicker than we did so far. And one of the things where I see a really big improvement is there is so much knowledge created maybe by microscopy or other techniques over the last 100 years, which is reported in journals and in books and so on. No one can handle all this knowledge by him or herself. And there are tools in AI which allow to look for all the data, and simply finally a computer has a bigger memory than any kind of human, and can also then convolute this knowledge from maybe hundreds or thousands of papers on a certain topic, let's say for thermoelectric materials or steels or aluminium alloys or also any kind of semiconducting materials. They go through the papers, they get the necessary information from these papers and find out what are similarities between these different findings, between these different things, and actually is able to, in principle, find new materials which humans have not found, simply because it can convolute the different properties into one, I don't know how many levels of convolution you need, until you find a space where certain properties come out, and then you are able to come to new materials or to new materials behavior also. Yeah? And that is one interesting use where all the existing knowledge will be used, where will be actually kind of compiled and convoluted. Another one is, particularly when you are doing microscopy, you're generating, and particularly with these tools which I mentioned, this EBSD, you're generating an amazing amount of data. Yeah, one measurement consists often of 1 million points, and these million points, or even more nowadays, we generate 10 million points in one measurement. Or even when you do 3D microscopy, you can generate 100 million points in one measurement. And they all contain a lot of information about materials. And we do many of these measurements. And now you want to extract from these data what is relevant in these microstructures, for example, in these structures. What kind of defects are in there? Material science is a lot about defects in materials, particularly when we talk about crystalline material. So which defects are there, and how do they influence the properties? A human often cannot see these fine details because you're overwhelmed by the amount of data which you have there in front of you. So AI is actually able to deal with that. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And the last example where I see that is, I showed you. I didn't show you pictures, but we spoke about electron microscopy in TEM or also in scanning electron microscopy, where you see the defects directly, and you may generate thousands of pictures. And these thousands of pictures, no one wants to look for the details in every image. So we use tools who learn like a human eye or like a human viewer to see, here's a defect, I see it. Yeah, and it's not a crack, it is a crystallographic defect. Or it is a crack and not a crystallographic defect. And a human can see it very nicely, but on thousands of images you get tired and you want to go home. Yeah, so that's why let a machine do it. And I'm currently, very luckily, I'm collaborating with a nice group here at IIT Madras, where we develop tools to find these defects in pictures which we generate at microscopy. And so it's artificial, it's machine learning actually. We train a machine to see the things as we see them. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So and this is certainly a very important, let's say, point for the future, that we will use more and more of these electronic tools to actually help us. Yeah, they are. I don't think that they take our work away, but they will make our work progressing quicker. Yeah.
Sure.
So we are often, medical doctors are afraid that artificial intelligence takes their diagnosis away and then they are out of job.